Howdy. I'm Infinity Solstice, bright wizard of destiny, at your service. So beside me I have a man-woman silkscreen called Celestial Screws. It's in keeping with the theme of this blog. I have chosen one of my songs as the subject of this video blog, The Champions of Canada. Canada being an Indian word for Canada. It's a poem that I wrote the music for, and a friend, Donald Penner, penned the words. And he liked to call it the Excelsior Society theme song. And I put the song together so long ago that I had a different name at that time. Then I was known as Trinity Sol, but that's another story. Donald's poem starts like this. We are the champions whose duty it is to fight, end hunger, greed, misery, and make the wrong things right. The Excelsior Society is a society of champions, as exemplified in the next part of his poem. In the first race we swum, came in first place and won that spot in our mother's womb. Here's where my good friend Donald felt we are all winners, because each of us started out in that race as a little sperm that swam like hell to fertilize that egg that became us. So we are all champions, starting from this first race in which we won. I'm not sure, but I think I added the line to the poem, that spot in our mother's womb. Every time this champion idea popped up, Donald would yell, Excelsior! At the top of his mammoth lungs. Excelsior! Because he was a big guy. I remember meeting him first on a tennis court at a place called Spur Valley, which I lovingly call Sperm Valley, in keeping with the theme. He had this rather large torso and skinny legs, a fairly rare sight on a tennis court. The meeting took place at this tennis tournament called the Cuddy Cup, and this tubby fellow managed to win the tournament. And we became fast friends. I remember him inviting me over to his camp for some lunch, and I foolishly asked if there was enough for everybody. And he said, pointing to his rather large wife, take a look around. We always have lots of food. Say no more. He was also the guy that introduced me to hydroponic marijuana, and it was at that tournament, while sitting in the sun on the rocky banks of the Luxor River, having a toke or two, I can only guess, because of the fatigue and the sun and no sleep, well, I stood up quickly, and down I went. I fainted and crashed down on the rocks. For sure I blamed it on staying up all night, not the hydroponic pot. But nonetheless, down I went, and good old Don picked me up and saved the day. I think it was my face that broke the fall. But I still managed to play the tournament the next day. Here's some more of the song. We're working on life's mysteries, like why are we here, what to do. We'll join the dedicated few, change all the things that we need to. Joining our hearts together, inviting the Spirit to guide us to the forever. I changed the last line. Donald had written, guide us through stormy weather. But as always, Carlos Castaneda has his influence on me, and I substituted stormy weather and replaced it with the forever. And forever is a long time, especially referring to one's life. Here's to the chorus of the song that I'm pretty sure I wrote, but I'll have to ask Don, I can't remember. In the end, we'll have to do it. Just do it right. The just do it part of this lyric was a Nike commercial. I thought I'd just throw it in for fun. Let's begin to make those changes tonight. And just what exactly are those changes? Penner's words help. What will be the great reward? This question begs an answer. A car that will not pollute because it's powered by hydrogen. So far, hydrogen-powered vehicles have proved to be a bust. It's difficult to contain pure hydrogen because it's number one on the periodic table. So it's the lightest element and tends to pass through containers, and thus the problem. I've heard that they are just parking the hydrogen-powered buses from Whistler at this moment. For what reason I'm not sure. I've given you my guess. Here's a bit more of the song. A highway that will not kill, an earth that is greener still, the ozone completely filled. So here we have a song with an ecological theme and a champion spirit to guide us in the right direction. We are, after all, champions because we won that big race in that sweet vagina and beyond, all the way to formoblastosis, the meeting of sperm and egg, and life, and eventually birth. In the end, we'll have to do it. Just do it. Let's do it right. Let's do the right thing in every case. You know the story. Feed, house, and clothe the poor. No more war. Clean the air. Let's try an 8-day week, and on, and on, and on. Let's pick our causes and make it happen. Thanks.